This week on Fox Pro Fur Takers.
We're finna go get them.
All right.
Big Al chases Southern fur with Vandy Collins. In Alabama, the coyotes are breeding, and the Fox Pro is calling. This Southern Coyote shootout begins right now.
Welcome to Alabama. It's our first morning here with Coyote Valley, Vandy Collins. We got some cows. We got some spots the coyotes have been seen. We're coyote hunting in Alabama. Come on.
We're right here the last couple days of February, first few days of March.
We're just gonna sit right here. They could come from anywhere, Al.
February 15th is the peak of their breeding season, so we knew that these coyotes were rutting, and that's why I really thought that territorial sounds, breeding sounds, fire on their breeding nature, and that's going to make you a successful predator caller anywhere in the country right now.
Do some Eastern cocktail. Coyote right in the trees right out front. He's going to the left. That's what I want. I want me a shot like that right there.
Could you see him, Vandy?
Oh yeah, I was watching him.
Could you have shot him?
No, I was in awe when he fell because this ain't like you to do something like that. You usually manage to miss 3 or 4 before we ever get in here.
Come on. I've done a lot of things in my life, chasing animals that you shoot. And we just knocked this coyote right down in the field, but by the time we got down there, it was up and moving. A lot of shows will say, look at the sign, but no, that's blood. That's what happens when you shoot a coyote, they bleed. And we followed this coyote, and we have a culvert here, and the coyote is in the culvert. You ever gone fishing for a coyote? First coyote down in Alabama. Not pretty, it ain't always pretty. What a tough old dog. You have my admiration, pal. Oh my heck, he's heavy because he's wet. Is it the way I would have wanted it to happen? No, but it's the way it really did happen. They're survivors. These coyotes are tough. It's the first week of March. We're back in West Central Alabama with Vandy Collins and the crew in Quail Valley. Looky here, looky here. Right here, first one. He's a little sog. We'll call him the soggy dog. The reason I'm back to Alabama, I just felt like the trip down here in Alabama was not a total success last time I was here. What we have here is a coyote hunter's nightmare. Just left a bad taste in my mouth. I knew we could do better. We're just here to get a little payback.
Well, Al, we're finna go get them.
All right.
Through playing with them. Most of your landowners down here that won't allow any kind of hunting at all, if you will talk to them and be nice and you're respectful and you're aware of how to deal with the mud and whatnot, you'll get an opportunity to coyote hunt. That's one of the few things that they will let people do. It's a dual purpose deal. One is it's fun and entertaining, and 2 is it's kind of protecting wildlife and protecting livestock.
We set up, there's an armadillo munching around there behind us. I thought about going and chasing that armadillo, but I didn't want to screw this stand up. And lo and behold, about 8-10 minutes into the stand, here comes coyote.
They're coming right there, man.
I'm gonna take him there. You on him? Got him. There's the second one. Dang it. The second one got away. We got him right there. Nice job, Vandy.
It's about 50, 60 yards from me. I go,
You got him?
Lance goes, yep. I pull the trigger and just smoke this coyote. I go, well, he's dead. And Lance goes, no, he's not. And that's when I realized, oh, there's 2 coyotes.
2 came. I shot the first one like I always do. I always told Lance I'll always shoot the close one. Lance never saw the close one. So he's got me missing the second one.
It was a case of kind of taking things for granted. We needed that one.
1 out of 2. Ain't bad.
2 ain't bad. But you could have killed 2 out of 2.
I know. I cut a tree right here. I'm sorry you folks aren't going to get to see him die.
Me too.
He sure came in. Big female. First stand of the afternoon, 3:15, 3:30 in the afternoon, and we got a big coyote down. So come on, we're not done.
Well, here we are in West Central Alabama with Vandy Collins. We had 2 coyotes down, 1 on film, and we still got stands to make that day, so away we go. Vandy had told us about this night stand, and it was awesome.
Climb through.
I just knew this was where coyotes hang out.
Play a little cagey cottontail.
I turned on old cagey cottontail, let it eat for about 4 minutes. I look across here, and here comes this big white dog.
There he is right there. Coming right down the tree line. That's a dog. That ain't a coyote.
That's a coyote.
Is it? And I had convinced myself it was not a coyote. I mean, his ears were so different. He looked like an old dog that had ear mites or something like that.
I don't think it's a dog, Vandy. That's a coyote.
You laid out.
Yeah, I think you did beat me to the punch there, but I'm glad to see that rusty trigger finger of yours still works.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that pull's about 2 inches long on this rifle. We got him though. I think he took it on the chin twice.
That's a coyote.
All I heard was, you're a little too late, big boy. You shot at a dead coyote.
I just quick drawed out on that one. I heard him say, "Are you ready?" And I was gonna tell him yes by that gun going off.
Man, that made me laugh. It made me feel good. We had Vandy Collins on the board.
Nice job, Vandy. That was cool. He come in cool. He's ugly as sin. It's 6:37 p.m. That's what I like about this remote. It's the second day of March. The barometric pressure is 29.69 inches. It says steady, but we know there's a storm coming. And what we did on this stand that we were so successful on is we sat down and played cagey cottontail, and what I've learned today, the 2 coyotes we killed on video and the one we didn't, sometimes you'll get them to come across these fields and sometimes you won't, but if you'll sit on these edges and call across, you'll get them to poke out. That first one this morning just poked out, turned and went to go back in, shot him on the edge. This one comes out of the edge, cuts the corner. We're down here on the corner of this field, and that's what makes this so successful, is we're picking these fields apart and getting them to come across. Simple. We do male howl, female yodel howl, cagey cottontail, 3.5, 4 minutes in the stand. We got a big old lop-eared coyote sitting here. That's what made this stand so successful.
You could see them ears. That's what had me messed up. That's when I said, that ain't a coyote. I said, I thought it was a dog. Them ears were like that.
We're not doing anything fancy, are we? We're
No. It's
playing
just,
prey distress sounds and
Yeah.
a few single vocalizations at the front end. And by 6-8 minutes, it's over, done. They're here.
I am so lucky that I get to hunt coyotes from California to Alabama to Pennsylvania and Maryland. I mean, I really am the luckiest guy in the world because I get to hunt predators all over this great nation.
Day 1, Alabama, 3 on the ground, 2 on video. That's as good as it gets, brother.
good for us.
Nice, thanks for having us.
For rookies like us.
Yeah, well, I just
Well,
glad
I'm
to
a
see,
rookie. You the
well,
pro.
no, let's see that rust in that trigger. I was glad to see it work.
Fox Pro Fur Tactics, presented by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession.
For every day you see us filming fur takers, you probably didn't see the 2 or 3 days that we scouted for those locations and found those coyotes. It would be a boring show if we showed you all that. But a typical setup and a typical stand is we know there's coyotes there. So the number one thing I look for is elevation. But some places in the country like Alabama, Tennessee, sometimes you get elevation, sometimes you don't. You've got to think ahead of time, where do I think that animal's coming from and how do I want him to approach the speaker on that Fox Pro? And that dictates my setups. I'll typically either play a distress sound or a coyote vocal for 15 to 20 minutes, and then I pick up and move to the next stand. Now in some areas, if you've only got 2 or 3 stands to make in a day, I would probably extend those stands to 35, 45 minutes. Each stand is individual and every setup is different, and that's what makes it cool, is because every stand is not the same.
It's our 3rd morning in Alabama. We're with Philip Robertson on some property he's got here. We're trying to decide where we're going to set up.
Vandy said it wasn't in his contract to get below 40 degrees, which was fine because he put us in touch with Phil Robertson. Philip Robertson is just known, you know, Coyote Rob down here in this area of the belt.
What is that?
Hey, that's a fox right over there.
Excuse me. The grays, aren't they?
Yeah.
Let's get set up right here. A couple of great big gray fox right there.
They went in the woods. Hey, stay up there. All right, there they are, right there.
He's coming right in. 3. There they are, right there. You got him?
Take them, take them.
Me and Philip commenced firing, and dang the luck, we thought we had a double, but we only got the one.
Hey, we got one. Nice job, brother.
Golly.
Look at this. Wow.
Finally glad we brought it together, okay?
Got it done right here. Look at this. Big old male coyote. They come from a long ways. Look at how dark. He's got pretty white teeth, so he's not a real old coyote.
Way to go there, Big Al.
Nice job. Here we go again.
All right.
Let's go get another.
Fur takers in Alabama going in style. We're doing it Southern style. We're doing it right.
They don't all make it. We're gonna thin those cleanup crew out here. Come on.
Philip took us to a place with a bunch of cows. He said, "This is the honey hole." And about 3 minutes into it, I whispered to Lance, "Here's a coyote."
Look at that. Big old sheepdog. Wow.
This is really a testimony to the Fox Pro collar. We put the shockwave through its paces today, and I'm just so happy that we got to come down to Alabama. It's always good food, good friends, good people, and Philip Robertson's good people, Vandy Collins, Melba Collins. This is what Alabama's about. Well, here we are in West Central Alabama with Vandy Collins.
I tell you what, it's been a heap more fun this time than 2 years ago because we've been shooting a whole lot more.
Well, what I found out with fur takers is there's more to it.
Last morning.
There's the camaraderie, there's the people that you meet, the characters. And Vandy Collins is one of those characters in life where if you've never met this man, you should, because he is truly a fun individual to hang with. And Vandy saved this last spot for the last day. Big Al, I'm going to take you to the promised land. Now show me what we can do.
Kyle, right in the middle. That's number 2 for Vandy. Nice shot, brother. That was awesome right there. Coyote right here, another coyote.
Big Al! I'm over here loading my gun. What was that all about?
We just doubled up Vandy Collins. Right there, the dance, the high five dance of love. We doubled in Alabama. We had a double, and I broke out the dance of freaking love. The high five dance of love is something I've just always done when I'm happy.
And I'm going to go ahead and admit it, I'll hit him running.
We finally got a double, though. You and me.
That's a 45, 50 pounder. When he got out there, Vandy said, well, he ain't getting any closer, and he pulled the trigger and got him spinning, and then we're sitting there talking, and this female comes running out of these trees. I missed her broadside, had to hit her running. Vandy teases me about my shooting.
Oh, I mean, he running straight away. I mean, you know, that's just like a steel target right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
easy.
you know, whatever. Well, I mean, you know, miracles happen every day. He hit another one running. We moved over to a place that we had a history with. We sat down there, and of course, Al, he always gets in front and tells me to get somewhere over in the bushes over there. So I found me a bush to get by. And
Here they come.
there he is coming out. Left. Right there. Shit.
That big male up there to the right. These two are coming in the trees.
If you ever hear there's been a tragedy in fur takers, it's Al has lost his Hornady sponsor. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all right now, because he can go through some bullets with the best of them.
This is Magnum coyote right here. It's fun, isn't it?
It's fun. It's fun. I wish I'd have started when I was 40 instead of 60.
I'm just glad that WD-40 got that trigger finger in. And Hornady, we need more ammo.
Al, I'm gonna wind this thing up by saying one thing. You are obviously a great guide, but I do a different guiding than you do. I leave my gun at home. I let the other people do the shooting, and you're so good with that collar. I want you next time to leave the gun in the truck You do the calling, I'll do the shooting. What do you think about that?
We've had a good time at Quail Valley.
I think if you could see my face on there a little more, if they could put me out there killing a few more things, I think it would probably bring a bigger audience in and everything, but Al does pretty good. Well, I did what's only right. I let you shoot first. Therefore, I had to shoot one running.
Thanks, Vandy. We had a
He's
good time.
All
Fur
right.
takers right here in Alabama.
All right, boy, get him and put him in the bucket.
Fur takers out right here in Alabama. I get tired of saying they're big. This one is really super. You got a scale anywhere at home?
Oh, yeah.
Next week on Fox Pro Fur Takers, we trade fur for scales. The boys called gators in the swamps of Florida.